with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Always want to remind you about our friends over at Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOPnet.com is the website. They are the leader in the industry. It's no surprise. I mean, office supplies, Baton Rouge Business Report, number 1. Duh, right? I mean, it's year after year after year, and that's because, like, they've got this huge company, right, that has all the bells and whistles, but also it's got like the down-home customer service portion to it too. And like, you just don't get those best of both world type situations. Like, what? Yeah, I got everything we need. And also, if something happens, I can call someone and talk to a human being. Yeah, they have that. They have it every single time over at Gulf Coast Office Products. So look, no matter what business you're in, engineering firm, law firm, hospital, university, bank, you know you need documents. You need them right then and there, and that's why you work with the best. And the best is always Gulf Coast Office Products. GCOPnet.com is the website. All right, Matthew, you said you had something that you wanted to talk about.
So we were just talking during the break about, we were getting this Maroon 5 discussion. Yeah. And y'all were talking about waxing poetically about your favorite Maroon 5. I think, Taylor, you and your wife went to a concert, and then you brought up something about the song Animal. You're talking about the music video, which got me thinking, like, who the hell makes music videos anymore? Like, do they still make them, blah, blah, blah. Then it reminded me of a story that we hadn't talked about. It's a little late. I mean, it's, I think, 15 days past, but MTV, RIP, to like, they ended their music only, all their music only channels at the end of the year, so December 31st, 2025. In the U.S., they stopped all their music-only channels for the first time. It was a 45-year run. Yeah, they ended.
Yeah, they used to have a channel that was basically, I think it was like MTV TRL. So it was like all those songs that we all knew growing up. It had its own channel, and it just 24 hours. It just ran music videos, which I would find like on a random like Sunday morning. Right, like I'd find my way. I'd be like,
you can find your way over there.
Oh, I forgot about this song.
And I think a couple of days ago, I think the last MTV station, like in the UK or something, ended a couple. Like the lights went off the other day, but like in the States, December 31st, clock struck midnight. The last one played, and the first ever music video played by MTV. This was in August 1st, 1981. Was the video? Video killed the radio star. So they finished. That was the last music video they showed when they went dark. Right. So an era has gone. Now it's just, I guess it's all MTV content, I guess they do. But yeah, no more 24/7 all music. So that's what really got me thinking, like, but people still make music videos, even though the popularity has obviously gone to where like they don't even have to have some random backstation playing music videos. So are they still making?
They make them for YouTube videos. Yeah, they make them for YouTube. Yeah.
5th grade, me, God, loved a music video.
Huh.
I lived on Vivo.
Why wouldn't MTV get in the
music
YouTube
videos? Hated to see me coming.
Loved them.
I mean, they used to have, what we talk about all the time, they used to have a channel when we were growing up.
The Box, right?
The Box. You called it 99 cents.
99 cents.
You press the button for the video and it play.
Mm-hmm.
Nelly Country Grammar.
Gives me like...
Paid 99 cents for that bad boy. Yeah. What's a Range Rover? That's what it is.
Looks
we don't have those in Sunset Acres.
That's very expensive.
Does this lead you to you saying the best music video is?
Oh, no, it doesn't. I was just thinking about all this. I'm just thinking about,
there used to be on MTV, there used to be like behind the video, and they show you the making of the video, and then they would premiere said video after they showed you the show.
Yep. It's kind of like when you would think MTV, like if the YouTube thing is right, you would think they would have been on the forefront of that and be like, let's start a big old MTV station, whatever, YouTube, a YouTube channel where you could smash the like button. You would think they'd be on the forefront. That's kind of like Blockbuster not getting into the digital game when they could have.
Oh, they could have bought Netflix.
They didn't do it. MTV.
Tough scene.
I feel like you kind of blew it.
Tough scene.
They should have sold a while back.
I remember, I would listen to a song, go watch the music video, and if it sucked, I was like, this song's not that good. Like, look at the music video. It's like I would judge the song.
Well, sure.
Based on the video.
Right. How much production was put into this thing? Got to be dumping a lot of money into this. Got to be movie quality.
If it was like just them at a concert and they filmed that and did the music video, I'm like, I can't get behind that.
How hard do they even try anymore to make those videos? Probably all AI.
I mean,
it's going to ruin our society.
You're saying they don't make them like Bye Bye Bye
They don't make them like they used to.
They don't make them like Thriller by Michael Jackson.
I mean, that's still got to be the best one ever.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what goes around comes around. Justin Timberlake, great when Scarlett Johansson was in that bad boy.
What was the last MTV show that you were locked into?
Room Raiders, Next, Pimp My Ride.
Pimp My Ride was probably the last.
A trio, probably.
I had the.
I mean, think about it.
Did y'all do like the ridiculousness?
A little bit, but you're on a bus, all right? You're in the back of a bus, and somebody walks on the bus, and immediately, based off just their appearance alone, you yell at them next, saying, you're so busted and broken that I'm not allowing myself to even hear your name, your story, or I'm yelling next at you. And you're going to get off the bus.
As soon as you walk off.
You don't even get it, Greg.
Like, what? Can you imagine getting yelled next at you? Like, at least, let me say, hey, what's up? My name's Jake.
Right. I would be so embarrassed.
Real Jersey Shore
What was the
people?
show?
Yeah, for sure.
Who? What'd you say?
I was Jersey Shore for a little bit.
Cavs,
yeah.
I don't think y'all understand how obsessed I was with Jersey Shore.
I can see you being.
I can totally see that.
It was, man. When Jersey Shore first came out, that was a time in life. Like everybody. GTL. We got a grenade.
Yeah.
There's Guidos all on the boardwalk.
Working at the t-shirt shop.
Yes.
I mean, those guys.
Can I say something? I never watched a second of Jersey Shore.
It was so good.
That surprises me.
But I did see DJ Pauly D play in Cancun.
I was supposed to in
But you didn't even appreciate who it was.
I mean, I knew who it was just because they were so cringy.
What was the show?
That was the best part.
Where the guy would go on these blind dates, but he wouldn't go on the dates with the girls. He would interact with the mom. And he's like, if the mom's hot, I bet the daughter's hot. And then,
my gosh.
he would go on a date and be like, if the daughter's anything like the mom, I'm going to do it. And sometimes
Parental
they pick
control.
it. And
Yes.
And they would watch from the TV or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That feels right.
The mom would pick a
I think
guy
it's parental
or a girl.
control.
Yeah.
It is. The dad would
that's
pick
so
one, and
good.
they would. Yeah, great show. Yeah, what was the one where the guy would go on the date with the moms and pick the daughter based on the mom?
Oh, so it wasn't that one.
I thought it was,
No.
but I think you're different. Either way,
Parental control
look,
was.
It had us all
locked
in. I think for a long period of time. So shout out because we were. I mean, TRL days. Everybody was locked into that.
I'm trying to think the last MTV show. I used to. This is so bad.
This was a long time ago.
I used to watch Teen Mom.
A lot. I mean, everybody. I
it's
didn't,
trash.
but a lot of people did
It
watch.
was so
Teen Mom.
trash TV,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Y'all know I love trash TV.
Yeah.
The Traders is back.
You do love trash TV.
I never really watched. I hadn't watched
It's
MTV
my
since
guilty pleasure.
like Jackass and Punked.
I think the last time was.
Viva La Bam.
Oh yeah, Viva La
Viva
Bam.
La Bam was awesome.
I think the last time was Parental Control.
Okay.
So that was the one where they hated the spouse. The mom would pick a girl or a guy. The dad would pick a girl or a guy. They'd go on dates with all three. They could either stay with the original that they're dating or pick either the one that the mom or dad chose.
Okay.
Hey, whoever opens that door next, because typically somebody comes in here during the show, should we all just yell
Next.
at them?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's do
All right.
that.
So remember
Yeah,
that.
okay.
But in your
It's
put in your
probably gonna be
memory
Hunt, and it's gonna be the funniest.
bank. Probably Hunt.
Yeah,
And I bet Hunt had a guilty pleasure of watching Next.
probably.
Yeah.
He looks more like a Floribama Shore type of guy.
Floribama Shore. They had that?
Apparently it's a current and recent show.
Yes.
No way.
Floribama was a thing.
I missed that one.
They had Floribama Shore, and then they had like Buckhead Shore, which was some lake in Georgia
Atlanta
or something.
Yeah. Well, Buckhead's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Can I tell y'all something?
Sure.
I was more of a VH1 guy than MTV guy.
That's okay. Pop-up video. Pop-up video.
Yeah.
I got into TRL for a little bit.
They were so similar.
Each one's good. Are they owned by the same people? Feels like they were.
I don't know.
Either way.
I used to love True Life. And it'd be like True Life, and it'd be like, I like to eat dirt or something like that.
True Life, I eat hair.
Yeah.
What?
Why?
Why are you telling us this information? Yeah.
VH1 was like Flavor of Love and all that, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Tila
I think
Tequila.
so. Yeah.
Shot in Love with Tila Tequila. Brett Michaels before that.
So when I got drafted to the Chargers, Lights Out, Sean Merriman was dating Tila Tequila.
Was
No
he
way.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he was dating her, and our deep snapper, Dave Ben, was dating Pam Anderson.
I remember you telling me
Why
that.
did y'all have so much motion?
I was like, where am I? Well, what is going on here?
Here, I got a little trivia for y'all. A little MTV TRL trivia. You ready?
Okay.
So there's a top 5 songs, music videos that were number 1 on TRL for like the most amount of time.
Top 5 songs that were number 1 on TRL. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just can y'all name any of the top 5?
I Want It
the
That Way by
years?
Backstreet Boys.
Okay, I Want It That Way is number 3. 47 total weeks at number 1.
Okay.
Number 3.
Genie in the Bottle.
Nope.
God,
Dang.
that's a
there.
banger. Bye 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 by NSYNC.
They're number 2. 54 weeks.
Oh.
Britney Spears, Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Honestly, this is
All the Small Things by Blink 182.
This is an anti-woman list.
She's not on there either?
All the Small Things, Blink 182.
Nope. This is unbelievable, actually.
There's no women on there, you're saying.
So it's all guys in the top
Oh, okay,
five?
it's all guys. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
that actually helps.
Larger Than Life by Backstreet
Larger Than
Boys.
Life is number 1. 57 weeks.
I'm getting a
Y'all,
boy
I mean,
band. I'm getting a
when you
boy
know,
band
you know.
trends
All right,
here.
so y'all hit the
Yeah.
top 5. Larger Than Life by
Y'all.
Backstreet Boys, 57 weeks. Bye Bye Bye, NSYNC, of course, 54 weeks. I Want It That Way was number 3 at 47 weeks. All I Have to Give, Backstreet Boys, 32
that's a
weeks.
hit
Dang.
too.
Show Me the Meaning by Backstreet Boys.
Whoa,
21.
BSB.
Of the top 5.
4 out of the 5.
Wow.
I'm so shocked there's no Britney on there.
BSB.
Other notable mentions, The Anthem, A Good Charlotte.
Yeah, that's a banger.
I knew there was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be like a
One pop
Blink
song.
182,
Yeah.
Good Charlotte.
And Like Toy Soldiers.
What's that?
I don't know
Eminem.
that one.
I don't know that one.
The lead singer of Good Charlotte is now the host of Ink Master.
Really?
You watching Ink Master is a big surprise.
Okay,
Livingston Parish?
here's the bigger surprise, Jake.
What? Oh yeah, but he doesn't have a tattoo.
Here's the bigger surprise. I don't watch Ink Master. Victoria does.
That is kinda
that is
surprising.
the bigger surprise.
I just sit there and watch it. She's like, yeah, this is Joel Madden guy. I was like, wait, Joel Madden? She's like, yeah. I was like, from Good Charlotte? She's like, yeah, he's the host of Ink Master. I was like, okay.
All right. I think she wants you to get a tattoo, Ted.
Marriage, better as mine as yours. So if she watches it, you watch it.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Kat Von D.
I remember Kat Von D.
I was
Yeah.
obsessed with her. I used to buy all her makeup.
My sister loved Kat Von D.
All right. I don't know what that was, but I liked it.
It was fun.
Sports.
It was fun.
I bet they like sports.
We talked so much.
Oh,
sports
we've
today.
talked this
week.
We've talked
Nauseating.
so
We've been
much.
Last
so
week, too?
Sporty.
Y'all like the most sports. Now we're gonna get away from it next segment as well because we got Chef.
Perfect.
Little Munchies. Get those questions in the Bayou 4 chat, and then we're getting right back into sports, cannonball style to the deep end with the GOAT Jay Johnson.
Let's go.
So we got a little bit of
Sports.
everything coming for you here today. Stay locked in. More OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com, the website for Gordon
McKernan.
McKernan. Injury attorneys. Once you go to the website, remember you can have a chat right there with a live agent. You can check out cases they can handle for you in the courtroom, cases they've already handled, past client results in the courtroom. You can see what they're doing on social media at Get Gordon's always going to be the major handle on all major social medias, right? You can see, what they're doing in the local communities, all those great things. G-Team. You can also pick up the phone. Give them a call. Your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. No matter where you're at, top to bottom, in between, in Louisiana, get Gordon and get it done.
That's right. Get Gordon McKernan, injury attorney. So Jake kind of hit on it too. Like you've seen all the amazing work they do in the community, just helping Louisiana Gordon McKernan loves the people of Louisiana. Louisiana loves to help in any way he can. He's also that G team shaping up with that new portal class as well. So can't wait to see what that looks like. But if you've been injured, give them a call. Let them fight for you. GetGordon.com.
I found God on the corner of First and Amistad, where the West was all but one, all alone, smoking his last cigarette. I said, where you been? He said,
from the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane's studio. Our favorite time every single week. We catch up with our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, to get to your munchie questions.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson.
Let's eat.
Chef, what's up, brother? How we doing? How we living?
I'm great, man. How are y'all?
Blessed and highly favored. We appreciate you asking there, sir. Hey, what's this time of year for you? Because this is like a time where every sport's either like in their major all season, like getting ready. Like baseball's got that lead up to the season. We got Jay coming on right after you. Basketball's obviously in full swing. Football's about to start like their most important like nutrition probably portion with like the fourth quarter program. It probably feels like a downtime for most people, but I would assume this is actually when you are pretty heightened.
It is. We have a lot going on right now. You know, with transfer portal open. You know, gymnastics is drumming up. Men's and women's basketball is going. You know, indoor track is running. I mean, we actually have quite a bit going on. So, you know, it's very. You know, like really our slow time is Christmas break. You know, let's see. In between semesters in the summertime, you know, we have a little bit of downtime. But I mean, honestly, if we're open, you know, like even the summers when we first opened up in 19 and 20, a bad example, but 22, you know, after things settled down, you know, our summers even started getting busy. And I mean, we still see 800 people a day during the summer to the 1,200 that we'll see, you know, during the normal semester. So it doesn't really dive off too much. You know, people have come to enjoy, you know, what we're offering them, and it's a huge recruitment tool. And you know, I mean, it's a world away from what I grew up with. You know what I mean? So I think people have, you know, even parents that come back here and their kids are going to school appreciate what it is we're doing. So,
Chef, I was wondering, like, so you cook for all the athletes, all the different sports, and like this is a time of year where there's a lot of sports happening all the time, but like this is like a transitional period where there's some fall sports still trickling, there's spring sports, there's winter sports. So like, and I know there's staff like y'all have an incredible staff. Y'all have two great staffs of nutritionists there, sports dietitians. You got the football side, you got the Olympic side. How often do you meet with them? Is there like established meetings you have with them about these are the goals for these teams, these specific athletes, and how involved? What's that communication like with the dietitians?
So because we're attached to football ops, we're having conversations with the football dietitians every day, every other day. Not necessarily set up in a rigid schedule because we see them so often. If I have questions, I can just pop into the back. Olympic side, we have a standing meeting every 2 weeks. We see the the dietitians on a consistent basis, but we download with them every 2 weeks on a Tuesday, so that you know they have their meeting on Monday, we have our meeting on Tuesday. So whatever is being passed to them, feedback wise, can be immediately passed to us the next day, and then we put it into action. And so that gives us 2 weeks to put it into action, and then get some feedback from that action to see. You know, like, is it impacting? What do we want to do from here? Do we want to alter or change something, or do we want to continue seeing what the impact is? So on and so forth. So it's a great question, and there's definitely a method to the madness. We have to have those meetings because we need the feedback, right? Like we need to, kids these days, it's you're not really getting an honest feedback from them when I'm looking over their shoulder and saying, "How's the food?" The common response is going to be, "Yeah, it's great, Chef." Yeah. Right? Yeah. So like we want them to go back to their safe space and be able to talk to the dietitian. And even there's times where I go to their place. Like I go to each one of these facilities, whether it be soccer or tennis or any of them. Track and field, obviously football, but that's kind of a given. But I go and meet with each one of the Olympic sports in their comfortable place, in their confident spot, so that they can open up and talk to me about what their expectations are. What kind of foods they like, if there's anything been going wrong, so on and so forth. And it just works better that way when you surround them with all of their friends rather than me looking over their shoulder. You're more likely to get an honest feedback.
Give us like a quick example of some sort of change that a dietitian will ask you to make. Is it like, this specific athlete, body fat's too high or too low? Got to put more calories, got to put more oils. Like how does give us like a specific example of like a change you've had to make for an athlete?
Yeah, athletes more often than not. Like if we get a new chef in that it's kind of heavy on the oil for an omelet pan, for instance, a lot of the athletes prefer very, very little oil in their omelets. And so we have secured these pans that are like copper lined that is a nonstick that's not carcinogenic. And that way we could, because cooking an egg in a pan is without oil is it's a daunting task, right? Without a nonstick pan. So we've changed our equipment before to accommodate the low oil in the food so that it's still cooking properly. Because fat does certain things. It accelerates the heat. It surrounds the food with heated oil so that it's cooking more evenly. There are things that the oil do outside of just nutrition that assists in the cooking process. So when you change the cooking process, you have to accommodate for that, and it isn't always the easiest thing. And it's interesting because when the dietitians change, the philosophies change often enough. And, there's been times where the dietitian's philosophy was, we're just going to feed them what they want because if we don't, they're not going to eat. And, the philosophy was just get them fed. And that was kind of coming out of the tail end of COVID where, everything was still kind of weird. And then we pushed back towards something like, okay, we have our ideal of what we want them to eat, and it's kind of what I call a dynamic press, right? Like you learn what they're comfortable with, and you meet them where they are and feed them those foods, and then you have conversations about what right looks like and what ideal looks like, and then you kind of test them to see if they're willing to step out of their comfort place, and that tends to work best, to meet them where they are and then kind of push them a little bit step by step to see what they're willing to try. And you have some athletes that are willing to jump off the deep end and be like, heck with it, like I'll eat salmon, I'll eat this, I'll eat kale, and then you have others that are like, what is that, chef?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm never going to eat that. Yeah.
Hashtag Munchies. What is your go-to when you're going to an Italian restaurant for the first time and you want to see, is this place the real deal? So I guess kind of all right, if they screw this up, they're going to screw everything up. So we got to make sure they do this right first.
That's a great question. Like I love to get like a small pasta dish, like a ravioli or something for an appetizer, because you can kind of dip your toe in the red sauce, so to speak, and see if it's worth a damn, and if it's not, you may go a different direction. Like I love a good red sauce. I love spaghetti and meatballs, but I always like to test it out with something in the appetizer area or arena so that I know, what the flavor profiles are going to be, because there's nothing worse than a plate full of bitter red sauce that has just been maltreated. And, I have a real passion for Italian food, as you know. So
I can hear it. We can hear it. Yeah, for sure.
We can hear your toes curling right now. We got it.
If it's not right during the appetizer, man, it's not, it's probably not going to get any better as you go, into the bigger dishes. So, I'm a huge fan of appetizers.
There you go. Hashtag Munchies here. Is there any truth to love being a secret ingredient?
Absolutely, man. I tell people all the time, angry people make angry food. Happy people make happy food.
That's great.
I like that.
You know, when I worked for the Seahawks, we had a Disney came in and did a presentation for us, and they showed us this bottom up design of how management should work, and it's kind of a servant leadership kind of deal, if you will, where if most businesses as a whole, not just restaurants, but most businesses focus on their margin, and then they focus on their customer, and then they focus on their employees. And what that does is, when you're constantly focused on margin, you're typically cutting hours, which, impacts your employees. And then, that in return impacts the food, and that in turn impacts the customer. That in turn impacts your margin. It's this downward cycling spiral of hell, if you will. On the other end, if I am invested in my personnel, and rather than worrying about the customer as much or the margin as much, and I'm investing my energy in to the day-to-day happiness of my chefs, and making sure that they have the tools that they want, making sure that I'm educating them in a positive manner and treating them well and speaking to them with respect. Those people take care of the customers, and then the customers, they take care of the margins.
Right.
If you're treating your employees well, they're treating the customers well, and the margins are going to be there by nature. It's the same philosophy behind being invested in the process, right?
No question about it. Chef, you're the best. We appreciate it every single week, always giving us incredible insight into, obviously, the nutrition center there, but also just life and food and everything. So we appreciate it, Chef.
Absolutely. You guys have a good day.
Yeah, you
All
too,
right,
Chef.
you as well. Chef Michael Johnson,
Live,
LSU
laugh, love.
Executive Chef. You definitely had that sign in your living room. All right, when we come back, we are going to catch up with the GOAT, Jay Johnson, the best coach in all of college
Best damn coach.
baseball, multiple-time national champion. And, man, I am so excited. If we have Jay Johnson on, that means it's about to be weekly. That means it's about to be baseball season, and so much to get to with Jay Johnson when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to First American Bank and Trust.
Yeah.
It's always so
Second,
fun.
not third. First.
When it comes to your money, you want a bank that keeps things simple, personal, and that is going to be First American Bank and Trust. Been servicing Louisiana communities for over a century, so we've talked about that. Over 100 years they have been in this community, and that's why it's important. Like when they're making a local decision, it's local. It's people that live here. It's people that have been here for over 100 years, not somebody on the East Coast, West Coast, wherever. No, it's local people that are going to help you with that local service that you're looking for. Of course, obviously they've got everything that you need, business loans, mortgages. They've got online banking, mobile banking, everything that you need. Incredible customer service. You can find them online, fabt.com, fabt.com.
That's right. Know your bank. It gets straight answers. In Louisiana, we still believe in doing business right. That's what you get right there. First American Bank and Trust, fabt.com.
Could only see the way she loves me, then maybe you would understand why I feel this way about our love and what I must do. If you could only see how blue her eyes can be.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
When she says she loves me. Well, you got your reasons, and you've got your...
All right, welcome back in. OTB here live from the Raising Cane studio. Very excited for our next interview here. Somebody we look forward to catching up with every single week during the baseball season. He has joined us so many times, and every time I feel like I learn something. Our guy, Jay Johnson, LSU head baseball coach. Coach, it is always our pleasure. Hope you're doing well.
Same. Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. And, Coach, I know obviously it is getting closer and closer, and I know you're very excited about it. But first off, before we get into it, how you been, man? How you been doing? How's everything been going?
Good. Yeah, right into it. It was good holiday break for the players. Thought we had a good fall, and, turned the corner. Coaches are ready. Players are ready. We're 3 days into this thing, and off to a good start. So excited to get ready to play here in about a month.
Coach, that's actually where I was going to start. You mentioned the fall there. I'm always curious. So you have fall practices, and those are very important practices, and y'all try to get a lot of things done. But there's a little bit of a break before you start, like the true, okay, the season's about to start, the nitty-gritty of it. As a coaching staff, like how much of that fall do you take into like maybe your preseason process of where you think guys are going to be, where the position players are going to be on the field, what the lineup's going to look like? Like how much of the fall carries on into the spring when you're trying to make those early season decisions? Or is it just, hey, kind of a reset?
Yeah, a little both. I think in terms of teaching how we're going to win and evaluating our team based on how we want to play and how we want to win, and getting the foundation of that is really important. I think seeing what some guys can do, obviously having a lot of, high SEC caliber pitchers across the staff, you get to see the young players, how they transition to take at-bats against really good pitching. That's really important. So it sets a foundation or a baseline, but, that was 2+ months ago. Yeah. And, I've said this often, like 18 to 21-year-olds can change day to day, and 2 months can be an eternity. Yeah. But what we try to do is we line them up with, like, this is what we saw. This is what they need to, do during their own time in December, and line them up for improvement and come back. So they're all in the best spot possible. But yeah, these 4 weeks matter a lot with how we're going to line up.
Yeah. And Coach, I asked that question because you've come on with this for years, and I always, kind of enjoy you talking about the process of getting ready for the season, because I've heard you talk about like a guy who is in the middle of like an all-star type season, all conference season. You're like, yeah, he kind of struggled in the fall, and we needed to see more from him. And so, like, those are things that always intrigue me, is like, yeah, this guy didn't really have the best fall, but when the lights came on, they were the brightest. He played his best.
Yeah, that's something I noticed here a little bit more. And, we want the guy that's consistent every single day and that brings it every single day. Like Derek Curiel is a guy, like, it doesn't matter if it's an inter squad or the College World Series. He wants to be the best player on the field that day. And, he's really consistent in that regard. But there are some guys that are better on game day than they are in practice, and that just that external factor turns up the focus, turns up the competitiveness, and you see a different player. And, some guys are like that. And so I've kind of learned to, like, try to understand the player, where they're at, coach them to, the value of discipline and improvement on a daily basis, but understand, some guys are just better on game day. And, if you have it one way or the other, when it terms of winning, you definitely want it that way.
Coach, I know that you are focused on what you see out the windshield and not the rearview mirror, but like it or not, what your team did and what y'all were able to accomplish in 2025 puts a big old bullseye on your back going into the 2026 season. But what it also gives you is a lot of experienced guys that have played in big games, and you're returning a lot of those guys. So what impact, how important are those guys from taking on a leadership role, especially with a lot of newcomers to the team that were in that run from last year?
Yeah, it's a big deal, and I'm very thankful for that, because it's not just a talent standpoint, it is a character standpoint. And, we've talked a lot about and kind of laid out when you're on top, obviously you have some personnel changes, like Kate Anderson, Anthony Ianson, Jared Jones, Ethan Fry, Luis Hernandez. I mean, Danny Dickinson. Right. I mean, that's marquee players that you're replacing. And I don't think you can win a national championship without having some turnover. Like, you have to get to that old, experienced, talented, future major league players to even get to the point to win a championship. So you move those guys on, but we do have a little bit more guys that were a significant part of that. Stephen Milam, Derek, Chris, Jake, even Cater and Beatty got a lot of playing time. Tanner Reeves got a lot of playing time. And then several pitchers. It's not just a baseball contribution, but they've been in it. They won 17 games in a row after their first loss of the season, so they know how to lose. They took a one on the chin at Auburn against a really, really good team for our second road series in a row. and then responded correctly to that. You know, we got pushed. You know, there's guys that got pushed to Game 7 of a regional and responded in a championship manner. And so they take all those experiences, mature from them, grow from them, and then they can help a guy that, you know, is coming from a small high school in Texas or Indiana that has never been a part of this and help show them the way. And these guys doesn't guarantee a success, but they're well positioned to be men in that regard.
Coach, I know you're a big fan of football analogies, and we've talked about it so many times, and some of the stuff you've taken from Coach Saban, and I was blown away. So I covered the Peach Bowl last week in Indiana. Kurt Signetti, who coaching tree of Nick Saban, and I was blown away by their process, and it had me thinking about your team because I was catching up with the guys, and they've had a lot of success, and I was like y'all you don't make mistakes, and you got this connected tissue where you're all together, and like, look, if you sign with our football team and you come into the locker room, you have to know there's a standard of the way that we do things. And if you don't hold up that standard, if you don't fall in line with that standard, you're going to weed yourself out. You're just not going to be here. And I know it sounds harsh, but I feel like the baseball team here has that as well. Like, there is a standard of LSU baseball. I've heard you talk about it a bunch. We're going to do things this way. We're going to work this way. We're going to expect this from you. And the guys that fall in line with that are national champions. And if you don't, like, you just won't be here very long. At least from the outside in, it looks like y'all have kind of that same situation in y'all's clubhouse, in y'all's locker room of you've got to have this standard every single day or you just won't make it here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you saying that. Like, that's honestly like a great compliment. And that is a very, very real thing. So much so, like, part of our deal for this year is hold the standard. Yeah. Like, it's honor the process, hold the standard, LSU over me, you know, and being all in on right now. And, you know, that means something different to us than it may to the outside. Like, when you think of this place, you know, everybody thinks about Omaha, you know, chance to compete for a national championship. And we certainly want to do that. Like, you come here, you know, because you feel like you have a great chance to do that. But for us, holding the standard is about how we prepare, the effort that we put to competing to win, the fundamentals that we play with, the decisions that we make. And over a long period of time with the right talent, then you put yourself in position to do those types of things. And it's only 3 days. It's fresh, but I feel a high level of buy-in with our team to those three things.
So, Coach, I know with a lot of younger guys that are, you know, 1 year older from last year, of course, and you got newcomers coming in competition. There's some position battles out there. So tell us, you got any inside looks and what you saw from fall and going towards a specifically third base, second base? Like, what are you looking for in some of these position battles?
Yeah, I think if you look at one of the key ingredients of last year's team success is how well we defended. It was the best defensive team in LSU baseball history in terms of fielding percentage, and you know, the way we handled the ball in the infield was spectacular. And so, again, you can't get to that level that we did without losing some of those guys. I think the infield defense in the fall is better, and we put a high premium on working on it again, knowing we're replacing three guys, but is better than maybe I would have anticipated. A couple of the transfers are a little bit better on the defensive side of the ball. You know, as we sit today, we don't play tomorrow, but if we had to play tomorrow, you know, Trent Caraway would probably be at third base. He had an excellent fall defensively, swung the bat well. He looks great right now. And then second base, you know, I have a lot of faith in Tanner Reeves. You know, we had Danny Dickinson, like, who was one of the best players in the country last year. But he got 65, 70 at bats, you know, started a game in Omaha. I mean, he looks great at second base. And then Seth Dardar, Braden Simpson have done a good job. You know, Zach York at first base, you know, obviously going to be a staple in the lineup. So feel good about where we're at. And there's other guys, too. Like, we have a couple freshmen, you know, Jack Ruckert and Ethan Claus, that have done a good job and have improved since we've gotten here. So I feel much better today than I did maybe leaving Omaha about how that was going to shape up. And we're just going to keep putting in work. And I think you'll see a lot of guys contribute. I like to play a lot of guys and like to match up where we can. And I think there's some potential for this team to be able to do that.
Coach, I know this is almost an impossible question because there's a lot of, new guys on this team. Now, it's a perfect mixture, and Matt's talked about it already. I mean, a great number of guys who were, keys to the run to Omaha and winning a national championship. But for our listeners, for the LSU baseball fans, who probably, because LSU baseball fans, have a pretty good idea, but give us some of the new names that are going to be here on this team that you're really excited about. And I say it's a tough question because there's a lot of great ones out there, but some guys that flash in the fall that you expect to make an impact pretty immediately here in an LSU uniform.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting deal now, and obviously seeing it with football, like they're turning over like half the team, and that happens. And we've sent 32 players to professional baseball in the last 3 years. That's like the whole team, just about. So, we're back 50-50 this year. Returner, new player. I mean, of the new players, on the pitching side of it, Cooper Moore is a transfer from Kansas. He was a weekend starter at Kansas, all Big 12 pitcher. Is ready. I mean, he's ready to go. He throws a ton of strikes. He's got the competitive nature that you want. Fans are going to like him. He works quickly. He's a guy that when he pitches, the game's not going to last very long because he works fast, throws strikes. On the freshman side of the pitching thing, Marcos Paz, who very much like he's right-handed, but much like Kate Anderson, had he not had Tommy John that missed his senior year of high school, he would not be in college. He'd be in professional baseball. Right. Like limitless potential. Reagan Ricken, big, tall right-hander from California, got the makings of a future star. A couple left-handers, Santi Garcia, transfer from Oregon, got a real outlier-type pitch mix that I think can be really effective. On the position player side, I kind of mentioned those transfer hitters with York, Caraway, Dardar, and Simpson, and then a couple really good freshmen also. I mean, Omar Cerna, catcher, real impact hitter. I think's got a chance to be a star here. Mason Braun. I mentioned Jack Ruckert, Ethan Claus, William Patrick. So good crew of new guys. And I will say this, they used their time away from us really, really well. A lot of guys have come in ready to go right now, and I love to see that.
Oh yeah. Coach, I know you're the greatest coach in college baseball. And I don't want you to think I'm kind of telling you what to do here, but I did play baseball through 8th grade. Are y'all going to be implementing the suicide squeeze a little bit more this year?
I mean, if you've watched, hey man, that's we do that. There was a ton of safety squeezes last year. Danny and Michael Braswell were excellent at it. And we've had a few good suicides here, and so I love it. It's we're going right now. It's
let's go.
Make your free throw. It's bunt the ball and you get an RBI.
That's exactly right.
Oh,
it works every time.
Oh, Coach, I am stealing the free throw line there because I help out with the youth baseball team, one of my sons, and this is it's 9U, so it's the first year where bunting is a thing now, and I'm just hey, take a free throw, right? You can run, you can get a play. You can get some runners on the move. You can do it for a hit as well. I'm going to steal that line. I'm going to cite my work the first time, and then I'm just going to use it as my own.
Well, if you think about it, too, going back to Omaha, Danny Dickinson's drag bunt against Arkansas that loaded the bases with one out, you could argue that was one of the most important hits of the entire College World Series because it set up that 3-run inning that put all the pressure on them.
Yep, no doubt about it. Hey, Coach. It is so good to have you back on the show. Cannot wait for baseball season. Can't wait to be in the box cheering on the Tigers. We look forward to every conversation, and we appreciate it.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Have a good day.
All right, you as well. Coach Jay Johnson, good enough to join us here on OTB. And probably going to move forward with our Thursday interviews with Coach Johnson moving forward. So every single week he'll be here with us. We'll have Coach Mulkey on Wednesdays. We'll have Jay Johnson on Thursdays. And we'll get with Beth Torina as well and have her on. So always appreciative of their time. All right, We'll wrap it up when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench. Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
She's blind, flesh and bone.
Sing the song?
What?
Tal Bachman sing the song?
Tal, first name?
I think.
Yeah,
Tal.
Tal.
Right?
Yeah, Tal.
All right. Say Tal. One-hit wonder. Eyeball. Real quick, I want to tell you about Rouse's Markets, Rouse's.com. Find the location nearest you. How do you do that? You go to the website. You also find those weekly ads. Where do you find those? On the website. That's why we give it to you every single day. If you're looking for king cakes, right when you walk in, all kinds of flavors, including Dr. Pepper. You're looking for a meal for your family, right there. grab it. Grab the sides, already ready to made. Make it easy for you over at Rouse's. You want to get hydrated? They carry My High.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's the one-stop shop grocery store. Doesn't really matter what you need. Breakfast bar, you're looking for that? They got it.
They're
Sushi?
Awesome.
They got
it. We had a little king cake this past weekend from Rouse's. Awesome.
You're a cinnamon guy.
Cinnamon guy.
I like them all. I don't judge anybody. I like
the basics.
I like them all.
Like I'm a red. Like if I'm eating donuts too, it's either chocolate or it's glazed. I mean, I'm not getting the fancy stuff.
We have a Lane Kiffin tweet.
But we got 30 seconds left. What is it?
It's just a AI picture of him with all the quarterbacks, and he just put rat skull.
Rat skull.
Yeah.
Why?
Rat poison?
Rat poison.
Rat poison.
All right.
What is rat poison?
They don't want rat poison. Bad rat poison. No, don't tell us.
Don't delete this one.
Don't put her head down. Go to work.
Yeah, no word on the deleted tweet.
Mm-hmm.
We love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Later, peeps.
Off the bench.
And yeah, like when you have Jay Johnson, you're going to go a little bit longer. So.
Yeah, it's on us.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, it's not us.
All right, we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks. Like, we know that when the new year starts, like, you want to have a new you sometimes, right? Maybe you want to get in shape, or you want to just be more healthy overall, and it can be difficult. We always talk about with Ochsner Health, though, it's about setting goals, achievable goals, making sure that you set attainable goals, right? Because it is a work in progress, and they're going to be with you every step of the way. And they're going to be there to lean on, to support, to guide you. And so it's something we've talked about with Ochsner Health. You can find, obviously, more information about it online. And just, I can tell you about my relationship and our partnership with Ochsner over at Elite Training Academy. It has been incredible and been blown away by everything that they can do for you. So if you want to find somebody here in the Gulf South that you can absolutely trust and you can help you get to your healthy self there, go to Ochsner Health. Find out more information today.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.